Hello everybody, Steve Dow here with Bruiser Baits, Bass Addiction Gear, Flat Out Tungsten. I'm joined today with the McMillan brothers. It's Easter evening. They've already ate the ham, the potatoes. They're in food coma as we speak. But and they're getting ready to go actually rig for Cumberland. So you guys are gonna, once I leave, they sit down, they get their maps out, they start rigging for Cumberland, getting ready for all that good stuff. But they took a little bit of time out of their busy life to talk to me today and go over some stuff. So we have, just to set the stage a little bit, we have number 5 and number 1 with 3 events down and 4 events to go.
Yeah.
So we have the 2 of the top 5 ranked anglers on tour right now here, and that's why we had to do this interview no matter what, because you know as well as I do this is tough to do. You can't just make a number 1 and number 5 happen.
No, for sure.
You can't do it. You can't do it. So I'm glad to have you guys here today. Thanks for coming. Apart from fishing, Brandon's still delivering boxes. Jared is still, signing autographs and, just town hall speeches. And they gave him a key to Clewiston and Belglade, Hendry County, maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, after his last recent success, it's worthy of an interview. Put it that way. We got to talk about it. So today we're going to do some Q&A, guys, about the fishing world to maybe find out a little bit about what they do or don't know about you a little bit more, because I always find out something when I hang out with you guys, especially Brandon, man, all the time, just finding out more and more stuff. And now, Jared, we get to crack into your head a little bit and find out some stuff about you.
Lord, that ought to be fun.
If we want to, I'm not sure. So we're going to do a couple Q&As. I'll ask some of the questions that come from me. Some of them are going to come from some fans and some people that talk to me during fishing venues and tournaments, and customers and other staffers ask me a ton of questions. And a lot of times I know some of the answers, but I don't know them all. So I'm going to pass them on to you and let you guys talk about them, and you can answer some of them. All right. To set the stage here, 2 Florida events, 1 Georgia event. We got 5th, we got number 1. So we haven't really crept out of our home territory. I'll start with you, Brandon, and I say home territory. You went to Lanier, which is the state up to us. But let's face it, it's not Wisconsin or New York State or something. So I've asked you this in the past. With 2 Florida events and 1 Georgia event, is this where you expect to be in the top 5?
Well, you never kind of expect to be in the top 5, but I would have been very disappointed if I didn't have 2 strong finishes here in Florida. We always and by good finishes, having a top 20 or so on Okeechobee would have been acceptable. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then getting a check at Harris Chain was. That's pretty much the way I measure a good tournament. I may finish, 59th, but I still got a check. So that's the way I measure a good tournament.
Gotcha.
But I had 2 great Florida tournaments. Then we went up to Lanier, and neither one of us had ever been to Lanier.
Right.
And it was definitely a 180 from the state of Florida.
No doubt. So even though you go a state north, whole different playland.
Completely different.
Yeah,
completely different.
It was deep, it was clear, it was cold. The
Right.
water temp was cold. And we caught all spotted bass for the most part.
Right.
But it was fun. It's a phenomenal fishery. It's got a lot of bass in it.
Right. And you had fun in a deep, clear. You had spinning rods on your deck. And you cut a check there, so you leave in 5th overall on points. So you're thinking, thumbs up. This is good.
Oh yeah, I couldn't be happier where I am.
Good.
There was all through practice up there at Lanier, I was struggling to get. We both were struggling to catch fish, to really get dialed into anything. And then to come out of there with like I said, a $10,000 check,
Not
and
bad.
going to the next one, and then sitting in 5th for Angler of the Year. So,
Right.
Yeah, it's good. There's a lot of long road to haul between now and the end of the
Sure.
year, but it's definitely, I'd rather be sitting first and fifth than I would to be sitting
No
40th
doubt.
and 50th, right
No
now.
doubt.
For
And
sure.
there's a lot of big names that are down low right now. Like when baseball season starts, you got that, hey, something's wrong with the standings,
Right.
Not to say you guys don't belong, but a lot of people are looking at it going, what's going on? Where are these guys coming from, and where are all the quote unquote perennial powers at? But you belong. You've been here for a while now, Jared. You just showed up on the scene, kinda. Now locally we know because of the BFL success, the Costa success, but I mean, I don't know if this is if you're in first place, how do you say, how are you doing bad? Like, what's bad about it? How do you expect to feel? It's got to be great, right?
Yeah.
But are you thinking, hey man, I should have 80 more points on my big brother? Like, what's your feeling so far? Have you soaked it in yet?
Yeah, especially this little in between the tournaments here. It's off, 3 or 4 weeks off. It's sank in a little bit more of just how good the season started and how
Right.
perfect, almost perfect it could be. I mean, close as perfect as it could have been.
Exactly.
Definitely didn't expect it coming into the season. And
Right.
The Okeechobee event, didn't know how I was gonna face against all the guys.
Right.
Being on my home lake, I was okay with fourth and everything like that. And
Sure.
Harris just wanted to get a check and get out of there, and to come out with a top 10 was just
Yeah,
icing.
that's clutch.
And then Lanier just wanted to survive and get a check, or at least not bomb.
Damage
completely.
control.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to come out of there with a top 30 and a top 20 was
Right. Yeah. Don't cut yourself
really
short.
sweet.
Unreal. So P1, you're excited. I mean, I think that's that's to be said. So phenomenal. Anyway, phenomenal start. And I know you got a level head, so you're probably thinking, hey man, one tournament at a time.
Yeah, one
right.
tournament
Sorry.
at a time.
Cut. No, Jared or Brandon, don't laugh. So okay, Jared, a question for you. This is I get asked this actually quite a bit. Okay, so I can put 27 names behind this. How much do you rely on Big Brother? And tell the truth. How much does he rely on you? So how much do you rely on him first? Not just for information, but just everything. Like before we shot this, we were talking about how much oil do I bring to a tournament.
A ton.
So how much do you rely on Big Brother?
Oh, about everything. About everything. It's it's my first year. I have no idea, and so I'm asking a ton of questions trying to get an idea how to do all of this and how this all works, and just try to get him comfortable. Really phenomenal helping me with that. Fishing too, putting things together on the water. Couldn't do it without him, especially at Lanier where we hadn't been.
Right.
I mean, if it was just me or just him, I don't know how good we would have done, if we were separated.
So the phone rings and there's lots of texts, right, Brandon?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure. And it's it's kind of good to have someone that really doesn't have a ton of experience at fishing, and not that I'm a wealth of knowledge. I'm far from being Andy Morgan as far as fishing for 20 years. But a lot of times you get preconceived notions and you think something, maybe, it's kind of far-fetched, and and when he asks you about it, you're like, well, let me go give it an hour and see.
Right.
And then if it works, then it's good. So having him there where he doesn't have those preconceived notions of what to do,
Gotcha.
And we only get 3 days,
Yeah.
so now we get 6 days.
Yeah.
And we can kind of split and go. I mean, I spent a lot of time up the river trying to make the largemouth bite work at Lanier, and it really, every time I'd go up there and spend 2 hours, I'd get a phone call or a text like, "You better come down here. They're kind of
Right.
biting." And then I'd get down there and we'd struggle because we're fishing 40 foot deep and
Right.
we're throwing 8-pound line, and it's not something that we can really
Right.
feel comfortable to
Oh,
try
no.
to put together. And then because if the best laid plans don't really always go
Pan out.
right, but if you're fishing the bank and all of a sudden they get off the jig bite and you can pick up a square bill. Like that, those are adjustments that I've learned to make. You get out there throwing a shaky head in 35 foot of water, and they get off of that.
Right.
We're in trouble. You know,
You're
we're in trouble. You know what I mean? There is no plan B. You know.
So have you bounced just, you know, like he makes phone calls to you from everything from, hey, where are we going to stay for the next 3 days, to can I bring my sleeping bag and what kind of oil do I use? On the water, do you ever, obviously you guys would talk about your Florida stuff, but what about now as the tournament moves around? He's going to be on the water too. You ever going to call Jared? Little Bubby?
Yeah, we talk at least 4, 5, 6 times a day, every practice day, and then we room together. So we eat dinner, we hang out, we watch TV, and we're constantly trying.
But a part of it was, but a part of that was he said he called you Rain Man, but this was right after you you did really good or something, or was it the Lanier thing?
Yeah, Lanier probably.
Yeah. So, Brandon, you called him Rain Man, but go into what that means more about Jared. Is it just because he just open and does stuff, and he just comes in with a decent bag? Explain.
Yeah, he just kind of flails around out there, and then at the end of the day, he's got like 16 pounds. I mean, we were late for the first day takeoff at Lanier because he couldn't find his phone, and we called him no less than 25 times did we call him, and then he got in his truck and he found it in his pocket. So,
man.
You know, there's a lot of things. You know, we don't have that much time left.
Oh man, so making something out of nothing, kind of, and like you were describing to me, hey, go there, and he misses the spot by 4 miles and goes and bags and walks in with 16 pounds.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Hey, man, you're making it happen. Make it look easy. Okay, so Rain Man was a compliment. Okay, so we talked about this in the past with Brandon. Do you vision yourself doing this full time? And that means no more brown boxes. No more deliveries for Duran. You know, dropping off pesticide throughout the states. Is that what you do down here in Florida?
Yeah.
You driving stuff around, right?
Yeah.
So I know it's early. I know you are on the edge of making the big jump. You got a baby on the way, and you've been hustling. Moving the brown boxes for a long time. We've been able to do stuff, but let's face it, man. There's greener pastures out there. There's a whole realm of sponsors, and you're fishing well enough to, pay some stuff off and live the dream. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, work's been great to me the last, since my whole fishing career, basically. And I don't, you just never know when am I gonna get a new boss or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's getting to the point where, I'm not getting any younger, and like I said, I got a kid on the way, so
right.
Working 2 full-time jobs is starting to take its toll on me.
Time is starting to become a valuable resource.
Right, correct. I mean, and there's just doesn't seem like there's enough time in the week for me to do everything.
Right. And fish competitively.
And fish and stuff. So I at this time I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but come the end of this season, there's gonna be some big changes, whether it's with work or or I turn it over to Rain Man here and watch him on TV from here on out. I don't know, but
well, no, I'm with you 100%. I get it. It's tough to do running the gauntlet. So Rain Man, what are your future aspirations? I know you're trying to bottle up this mojo right here. Can you take it months and years down the road and see yourself? I heard you say, this is all I know, so why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the way,
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I would obviously love to just fish and stuff, but right now, without all the sponsorships and stuff like that, I gotta have a for sure paycheck because I'm doing great now, but I might not cash a check in the next 4, and I can't do that. I can't go that long without money.
Understood.
So
no,
not anytime
no
soon.
Anytime
no,
soon.
not anytime soon. Anyways.
You hear that, Duran?
Okay.
So okay, so really good answers there. Okay, so this was a question from my son. He wants to know. He actually asked me this under his breath a couple times. He's like, it's probably because him and his brother get into spats every once in a while. But do you guys ever get into that Bo and Luke Duke kind of wrestling match or fighting or verbal spats like all brothers do? Does that ever happen, or are you guys just like, the roses are out every day, we're together, and life is great? Jared, Brandon, what do you think?
I mean, not really. I mean, not to speak of. I mean, you know, this year fishing, we've spent more time around each other this year, you know, as far as traveling together and stuff like that goes, than we have in the last couple of years. Just like I said before, between working and fishing, it didn't leave me much time to actually be home and do a lot.
Hang out with your brother.
Right. You know, so.
I got you.
So, you know, no, listen, I don't call him Rain Man for no reason. So there's plenty of times that I want to strangle him. But no, it has not come to the time where we have actually strangled him.
No, I think that was only on one episode of the Dukes of Hazzard. So, but for the most of the time, they got along well. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: did you maybe need a little strangling a couple times?
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
Okay, well, honestly,
never admit to it, but.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm glad you guys get along. You kind of have to, because you guys have set yourself up to travel together, to talk to each other. Jared, what is one fishing trait or tactic that you could take from Brandon if you had your choice to put it in your arsenal? And then I'll ask you to reciprocate. What's one thing? Now I know you both can throw, flip, and stick and everything. So, and if you want to put that in your holster, that's fine. But what's one thing that you can do that he does better, and you're just like, man, I gotta get better at that?
Skipping docks.
Skipping docks.
Yeah, for sure.
Not too many docks out on the big lake.
No, and I haven't taken the time really to sit down and learn and just, you know, put 3 or 4 rods, figure out a rod I like, find a couple different baits and stuff like that, and mess around. I haven't done that like he has, and he's gotten really good at it to where it doesn't look like it's nothing for him anymore.
Are we talking underhand skipping with the bait caster?
Anyways, yeah,
spinning
with the
rod
spinning
or what?
rod, with both. I mean,
Both.
I can do it with a spinning rod a little better than a bait caster, but bait caster's not very good.
Not very good. Understood. That takes some training. Okay, Brandon, what do you want to borrow from Rain Man's toolbox?
Frog fishing.
Frog fishing.
Frog fishing.
Are you talking chuck and wine frog, or are you talking spro, or
just all the way around from the spro frog to buzzing frog,
right.
and that I mean that's the way he grew up fishing that way. That was kind of his deal. You know, back when we had a hayfield to go to for the most part. So
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day when you could fish here pretty good. But yeah, that would definitely be one of it. You know, and it's just something.
So there's more than just whining a frog and just tapping a spro frog is what and he's got it figured out.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. I did not know that. I'm learning a lot today, folks. Apparently, I hope you are too. Well, listen, guys, we can say we just started the season, but you know we're 30-some% down, right?
Right.
So we're rocking right along, 40% down. So there's a lot coming forth. You know, I'm hoping you guys finish obviously and make that cut. You got the cup. You know, I mean, look, 3 tournaments in, you're in the top 5. You got the cup, and I don't want to spook or jinx anything, but that would be pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's still the goal, is just, survive these next 4 and make the cup. I mean, no matter how it goes down, you know, I don't care if I finish 59th or 60th in the next 4.
Right.
And stuff like that.
You just got to retain enough points to hang on.
Just to hang on.
Yeah, that's still our number one goal. That's
goal.
our own goal, and it doesn't really matter if you finish. I think they're taking 40 this year, so if you finish second or you finish 40th, It really doesn't.
You just want to get in the dance.
No, it looks better on a stat sheet or something like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm still guaranteed my 10 grand, just like the angler of the year is when he shows up.
That's right. No, good call.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, you know, and we've got a great start on it, but I mean,
a lot can happen.
A lot can happen. You get one bomb, I mean, you get 140th, and you can fall 20, 22 spots in the point standing.
Well, we've seen it with a couple of the guys early on this year.
I mean, I did it last year. I mean, you know, I went from 9th to like 28 or something.
In the snap of a finger.
In 16 hours of tournament fishing, I went from 9th to 28th or something.
I remember that because you had to do a mental recheck. Then you went up to lacrosse and caught fire to pick yourself back up.
Yeah.
Wasn't that was that?
We went to Potomac after that.
The Potomac,
lacrosse was the landslide.
I'm sorry, I get those mixed around. But then the Texas Lake gave you some fits a little too, correct?
Sure.
So, listen, I mean, anything can happen, anything. So just keep working, right, Bruiser man. Okay, so look, guys, I appreciate you taking your time. There was one last thing that I wanted to. This was just a comment. Let's see here. It says, let's see. If you had, this was a comment from somebody that wanted to give you an idea how to name your son. That's coming around. It said, if you had a serious bass addiction, you would name him Bruiser McMillan because that is flat out the best name on the planet. Now, I mean, it says Steve on there. I don't know.
That's a good one.
They call me Richard sometimes, but I don't know. I still know why they call me Richard. But anyway, that was just a comment made, and we'll consider it. I mean, there's the spelling right there. You know, it's a really cool name. And if you don't do a first name, maybe a middle name or something. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll talk to Bree when we get done.
Talk to Bree. Get her up from her nap. She'll be fine. So anyway, guys, we got P5 and P1 here. A lot of tournaments left, but hey, they're sitting pretty. Jared, thanks. All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Anything else to say to the camera?
No. Keep following us.
Wish us luck.
Yeah, wish us luck. We're gonna need it.
They're heading north. They're heading north, boys. So I appreciate you taking your time. And got the McMillan 2 here, and they're trying to make it to the cup somehow, some way.
That's right.
Thanks, guys. All right. Good?
Yep.
You like that?
Yeah, that was good.
Here, take that into Bree.